Hello, hello.
Hey Eric, good morning.
How's it going?
Oh, top notch, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, Eric. Chipotle or Qdoba?
Oh man, I know you're not going to be happy about this, but it's Qdoba.
Okay, that means we'll open the tough question list. I'm just kidding. When did you join KREIA?
Joined KREIA in May of 2008.
What kind of positions have you had within the organization?
I had just regular board member position, vice president and president, and I was also on the ethics committee.
What's the most difficult role that you've played in the organization?
Vice president, for sure.
What were some challenges you had during your presidency?
Well, you have scheduling, you have programming, so finding quality people to come in and present to the audience and give good education. Dealing with issues with amongst members is always fun and challenging. I would say it's got to be keeping the schedule going and keeping quality people in line to come in and present to the to KREIA is one of the biggest challenges. But
Single family, multifamily?
I like single family. I don't have any multifamily. I never have, and I don't plan to.
Who's the best player to attend IU basketball?
Ever?
Uh-huh.
I mean, in the last 10 years, it's Victor Oladipo. I don't know if you want to go back and,
I was just going to say, like, perhaps Larry Bird.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. When you play rock, paper, scissors, which one are you choosing first?
Rock.
Do people have an issue trusting you with two first names?
No. Surprisingly, it's never been an issue.
What's the best deal you've ever done in real estate?
That's a tough one. I've done some really good ones with college rentals. I've had some really good wholesales. This past year we've done some really good storage deals. We've done 2 this year that I'm pretty proud of, where we went in with over $400,000 in equity, and I didn't really put any of my own money into it on both of those. So I'm pretty happy about both of those deals.
Why did you pick self-storage?
I picked self-storage because I was tired of rehabbing and managing contractors on multiple jobs. I wanted to increase the passive income but have more control over my assets. Even before the eviction moratorium, I just saw the advantage of self-storage. It's a pretty stable business throughout recessions. You're not subjected to eviction laws. They're lien laws, so if somebody doesn't pay, you go through the lien law process and get them out. It's fairly quick. It's great cash flow. It's easy to get good loans on it.
Weirdest thing you found in a storage facility?
Huh?
The urns.
The urns. Oh yes. Well, that wasn't what was on my top of my mind, but we do have, I think, 6 or 7 urns that were left behind by people that just moved out and left their stuff. I think the more disgusting, weirder one would be a bunch of sex toys. Yeah. And pornography. That was fun.
Speaking of that, what's your wedding date?
June 12th, 2010.
What's the last thing that made you cry?
Probably my dog dying last year.
Oh, me too, been there.
Yeah, and my grandmother.
Yeah. What would you dance to first at your wedding?
What did I dance to at my wedding? Oh my God.
Casey and JoJo all my life.
Which one of your children's more athletic?
The youngest, Libby, for sure.
Which one's smarter?
Here's Christina chiming in with the answers in the background here.
I almost forgot the wedding song as well.
Yes.
He actually took dance lessons.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For like 6 months.
We have it on video.
Yeah.
We'll need a copy of that.
He nailed it.
For records.
Yes. Yeah. The video's not that great.
How many days is your beard?
This is about a week.
A week? Damn.
Yes.
Really lined up real nice.
Yeah. It still needs to fill in a little bit more.
What's the best Christmas present you ever bought, Christina?
Oh, that's a subjective question. Shouldn't that be her answer?
Don't put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Jewelry. Tahitian pearls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn. Where's the best vacation spot you guys have been to?
I like St. Lucia and the Grill are probably my top 2.
Yeah.
St. Lucia was 5-year anniversary and the Grill was our honeymoon.
What did you get Christina for Christmas this year?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I have not bought it yet, so.
How did you find your best GC?
Oh man, I have found my GCs through networking, basically through different KREIA events or from referrals from other KREIA members.
For our personal homes, what's the biggest mistake we're making, like in regards to energy efficiency?
Complete lack of knowledge, really. It's just most people don't know. The first thing that people think about energy efficiency in houses is replacing windows or doors, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Putting high efficiency allergen reduction air filters in their systems usually chokes them to death and causes more problems than it solves. So, I can go on and on about energy efficiency.
Crypto, yay or nay?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been in crypto for a few years.
Nice.
Probably didn't invest as much as I should have, but
Well, right now it's a good time to buy, apparently. Are you Mac or Windows?
I am Windows.
Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
TV or movies?
Depends on the series.
What's the series you've enjoyed?
I like a lot of different sci-fi stuff. I actually just finished one series that was, it's on Netflix from 2007, I never heard of, called 4400,
Oh yeah.
which is similar to one that came out 2 or 3 years ago called Manifest.
Okay.
It's just a different kind of spin on the whole time travel thing.
What did you major in college?
Business marketing and entrepreneurship.
Where do I need to eat if I visit IU?
You should go to Nick's.
Next, been there. The steakhouse?
No,
Oh, that's the bar.
Nick's Pub.
Yeah. What's the name of the when you get all the beer in a pitcher? You know what they call it? There's a name for it or something.
What is that? Sink the Biz?
Yep.
Yeah,
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch?
We have the PlayStation 3 from back in the day and a Switch. I don't really play video games much anymore, so.
Would you consider yourself a rock collector?
If you look in the backyard, there's all kinds of quartz that came out of our backyard, but no, I would not consider myself a rock collector.
Would you say you're rich at this point?
I would say that I have done well for myself and.
Well, I meant from the quartz.
Oh, from the quartz. Yeah, so somebody told me that quartz would sell for $4 to $10 a pound, and we came up with 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of it dug out for the pool. Couldn't find a soul to buy it though, so I don't think it made me rich. No.
Why Kentucky over Indiana?
Kentucky over Indiana as far as the physical location to live in.
Well, why are you here relative to?
I'm here because of Christina, and I'm here because I like southern weather better than the north. So I made a promise to myself that I would never live north of the Ohio River ever again, and I'm holding true to that promise.
Why mountain bike versus road bike?
It's just way more fun. You could do all kinds of stuff, off-roading, jumping, drops, just rolling over anything.
Biggest injury you've ever had?
Probably my orthoscopic surgery on my left shoulder. Was actually at IU at a rock quarry that has now been filled in, and slid down this boulder and landed like this on the ground, and my shoulder popped out of place. And so it required orthoscopic surgery a couple years later after coming back out about 20 more times.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
How do you get your friends into investing?
Just by talking to them about it, really. I mean, people ask a lot of questions, they see what you're doing, and people, they see that you're doing well and they want to do that with you. So then they start saying, hey, I've got money, can I be a part of this?
Who are your mentors?
Man, I've got quite a few. I mean, local mentors, for sure, Chris McCarty, the late Hank Sheltneck I would consider a mentor. There's quite a few people from KREIA that I've learned from. In storage, I'd say it's Mike Wagner. Ken Holmes is another mentor of mine through Life and Air. So,
What's the worst money you've ever spent?
probably the house that I bought in Clifton that didn't have a foundation on it. That I didn't know until afterwards. That was a pretty bad investment.
What superpower would you have if you could have a superpower?
The ability to fly.
Fly.
Yes,
Okay. Did you have braces?
I did.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I had it twice. What's the worst use of your time lately?
Like many people, probably social media.
Yeah.
I get on there for work things, and then you get distracted, and you go down a rabbit hole, and you just got to turn it off and set it to the side.
How did you and Christina meet?
We met at a bar at Joe's Older Than Dirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before it was changed hands, and met out with a couple
It's back,
of
I
friends.
think, in the old hands.
Yeah, but it's completely different. So when we met, there was like an outdoor volleyball court out there,
Yeah.
and it was more of an indoor-outdoor fun place in the summertime. So just met her out randomly one night, and I lived in Muncie, Indiana, and she lived here, and then we dated long distance for 3 years.
Did you approach her?
She actually, I went to the bathroom, I think, and came back, and she was at the table with my two friends that I was with. So she, I think, and her friend had come up to our table, and I came back, and I was like, who is this?
Damn. What dating advice would you give people?
I guess that depends on what age you are.
How do you keep the marriage just fresh?
You know, you really have to be open and honest with each other and willing to be vulnerable and take some constructive criticism, because if you're not and you kind of stake out your side, you build walls, and then the communication isn't good. So, you know, we work out together a little bit. We do taekwondo together. We like to walk and hike and stuff together. I think all those physical activities and exercise and outside stuff and all that stuff's good for the relationship.
How do you feel about the outlook of Louisville as a market?
I think Louisville's got a solid position. I think that they need some leadership changes in the city to really kind of accelerate the growth. But you know, the city as a whole has a lot of things going for it. I think the housing market's still strong here. I think Southern Indiana is, kind of taking some advantage over Louisville right now, but it still helps the general Louisville market.
What did winning the Ed Melton Award mean to you?
Having volunteered for KREIA for, a decade or more, and watching all these other people earn the Ed Melton Award and seeing what they had done, it was something that I kind of sought out to achieve in one way or another, and I didn't know if I would actually get it or not. It meant a lot to me because the other people that have won the award before me, I look up to a lot of those people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mentors there that I highly respect, and so being put in that same class with a lot of those people just was very fulfilling to me and heartwarming, and I really appreciate the consideration that the people gave to give me that award.
Are you tired of people asking you for a ride in your Tesla?
Actually not. I love giving people rides in the Tesla, and if they want to drive it, I'm fine with that too. Just because, most people haven't got to drive them, so it's like, you want to see how fast they go.
Oh my God.
Are you, why did you choose a Tesla?
I've been in love with Tesla ever since I learned about them. I love what they do. The cars are just engineered in a completely different way. They're super fast and efficient. They're super comfortable. They're just too much fun.
Will you ever be able to go back to a standard car?
I have a truck, but I don't drive it very much anymore. This is my parents' house right up here in front of us. So,
Built-in babysitters, nice, living so close.
Yeah. Well, they haven't moved here yet, but they used to live close to us. So
Who's your contractor on this project?
this is John Douglas. So we'll see how far they got today.
All right, we followed Eric to his parents' new house that's being renovated. Eric, where do they live?
Well, they live in my neighborhood here. We found this house off market from a neighbor. They said, the previous owner had passed away and they were going to be selling it. So we just wrote a little note, put it on the door, and the executor happened to be an agent, and she called me a couple weeks later and we worked out a deal. But honestly, I'd lived here for a year before we found this house, and I had no idea that this house existed because there were so many trees that were here and bushes overgrown that you couldn't see the house from the street.
What made you choose KREIA sponsor Redbox for your dumpster?
Well, I like the fact that they come with the portalet attached to the dumpster, and it's pretty convenient, so with them as well.
A great solution to a shitty problem.
Yeah.
What color will the house be?
So we're definitely going to paint it a lighter color. The gutters are going to stay the same. I actually got a guy coming out to power wash the roof. Not power wash it, but soft wash the roof and the gutters and the entryway here today. The garage door is getting replaced, and then we're going to paint the exterior brown the siding a lighter color like an off-white or a cream or something like that, maybe a light tan. The brick will get painted as well.
How many deals do you find like this, off market?
Almost every deal that I've ever bought has been an off-market deal. But this is, other than my personal house, the first residential property I've bought since 2018. So, and this is the first major renovation that I've done since 2018 as well. So, when we found this house, there was a dining room here and a kitchen here, and a wall in between them was here and here. So there was a little pocket door here, a walkway over here, and then a little galley kitchen right here.
Is the permit process easier in Oldham County relative to Jefferson County?
It is a little bit easier, I guess, and it just really depends on who your inspector is. But we had to do some rewiring, update the panel. We're gonna have a whole brand new kitchen. The cabinets are coming in tomorrow.
Where do you order your cabinets from?
We got the cabinets from Pegasus Wholesale, so another KREIA sponsor.
Shaker White?
They are Shaker White.
Go figure.
Granite, white and gray granite countertops. There'll be a nice big island right here.
Classy.
Yep. That's the laundry room over there. You got mud room.
What's your favorite feature about the house?
Really, honestly, the land in the backyard. This was an enclosed patio, and they turned it into living space. My mom's going to use it as her office, so that's why we kept the door for sound privacy.
Sure.
But if you look out the windows here, they have 2.4 acres, which is extremely rare in a neighborhood like this. Their yard goes all the way back over there and all the way down there to a creek and even across the creek a little bit. So, but this property really wasn't maintained for probably 20 or 30 years. Really no updates have been done to it. So I'm looking forward to making some hiking and mountain biking trails back here. Kids want to have a tree house or something, or maybe some zip lines. But the property, the land itself is really cool. And then,
Do you think they're rich with courts as well?
huh?
Do you think they can retire on the courts in the backyard as
I
well?
don't think anybody's retiring on the courts, but there is a rock bluff back there that extends almost, probably 100 feet. So this house is one of the only houses that I'm aware of that actually is a single story on a crawl space with no basement. And it is more or less handicap accessible. So my dad has Parkinson's disease. We're thinking forward, 10, 15 years.
Sure.
We got the ramp for him. Previous owners had the same thing in mind, but this bathroom had no wall to it. So the bathroom in the master was really just part of the master bedroom with no separation. So we expanded out the master bathroom. We're gonna have a huge double vanity right here. And then into the shower, we're not doing a whole lot to. Tile floors, pocket door we actually moved from the kitchen because it was over there before and reused it. But master bedroom will have a nice new bathroom, and it has a new deck right off.
Oh, nice.
So the previous owner also had a giant wall back here to keep all of his cats inside. And so we removed about half of the wall so you could actually see the backyard.
What would you normalize in real estate if you could that people don't currently do regularly?
Normalize?
Yeah, like I wish people would do X, or I think everyone should be doing this, and it would make things easier.
I wish that transactions and closings could happen online.
Mm-hmm.
All the paperwork and stuff is just super redundant. That and all the, whenever you get a new insurance plan, they send you like a binder of paperwork for every house, and I hate it.
Do you think it'd be beneficial for the MLS to show what type of zoning each property is as well?
That would certainly be beneficial.
Do you like NASCAR?
Not really.
Do you like any kind of car racing?
I like car racing in general, but I'm not like a NASCAR fan. Every once in a while I'll watch F1 or something, IndyCar racing. Grew up watching Indy cars.
Anybody try racing you in your Tesla yet?
I'm really disappointed, no. Nobody has tried racing me, and I'm just waiting for that opportunity because they're going to lose.
What makes your Tesla so special?
It is it's a pretty unique P100D, and it's got a custom vinyl wrap on it. It was previously owned by a NASCAR driver, and so he pretty much got every option possible on it and then sold it to me for a song. So,
Are you related to anyone famous?
not that I know of.
Related to anybody infamous?
Not that I know of.
Do your kids believe in Santa?
They currently do, or at least they're playing along with it for now.
For the presents?
Yeah.
How long do you think that'll last?
I give Ava another year or two.
Are you done having kids?
We are done having kids.
How are you preparing for their education?
We set up 529 plans when they were, born basically, and we just contribute each month to their 529s. But frankly, I've told all of them I don't really care if you go to college or not, because I don't really want to pay $50,000 a year, whatever it's going to be for each of you guys to go to college. And you're not going to college if you're going to get some, degree that pays you nothing. So trade school, I'm all about,
Yeah, I love it. What do your kids want to do right now when they grow up?
My son Alex wants to be a paleontologist. He likes digging things up.
I can dig it.
Yeah. And Ava, she wavers back and forth between a veterinarian or she's very musical and artsy as well. She likes creating comics and reading books, and so she's actually written a couple of short stories, so maybe an author. And then Libby is she's just a ball of energy, so I have no idea what she's going to be, but if it's something that has to do with athletics, I will not be surprised.
If you had to splurge and spend some money on something you really would enjoy, what would it be?
It's my Tesla.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's an asset too, right?
Not really.
You didn't write it off?
It's not over 6,000 pounds, and no, I didn't write it off. No.
Will you ever get back into leadership positions for KREIA?
I might get back on the board. I'm super busy right now with my kids stuff and with my personal life and everything, so I kind of intentionally did as much as I could for several years with KREIA in the expectation of not having as much time later with young kids. So I can certainly see as my kids get older and they don't want to hang out with me anymore and that kind of thing, getting back into it. But for right now, it's I just don't have the free time.
How would you recommend bidding the year of important people in the club to learn from? How do you gain their favor?
Just don't be shy. Go and network with them. Ask questions, but don't be intrusive on their personal lives. Volunteer to help as much as possible. And usually, if you're volunteering, they're going to see that and recognize it and want to help you as well.
How can people add value to your life?
That's a great question. People that add value to my life usually are people that take something off of my plate, and they recognize that I'm either overwhelmed with something or that I'm not as good as they are or as somebody else could be at that position. And so I'm learning to be better at delegation as I get older, and recognizing my own faults. So people that are direct with me, I appreciate more than people who are passive, just because of my personality. So if you're more direct with me and you tell me what I need or what you think that I need, then I'll probably appreciate that more than, somebody that just keeps their mouth shut.
If someone wanted to go on a bike ride with you, would you be down?
Absolutely. You
If
may not be
someone
able to
wanted
keep
to go-
up, but you can come with me.
Yeah. Okay. What other stuff could they do that you enjoy doing?
I love hiking. I love anything outside, kayaking. I like doing indoor rock climbing's fun. Anything, if I'm outside, I'm having fun usually.
Perfect. So invite Eric to go rock climbing, biking, or hiking,
Kayaking,
Yeah.
whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you could make one suggestion to KREIA to make it better, what would it be?
Man, I think we've done a really good job with building the membership and the networking opportunities and stuff like that. More networking opportunities or more specific, topics on those opportunities. But really, that's the basis of what KREIA is networking and education.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll be back next week for another 70-something questions. Eric, how fast does it get 0 to 60?
2.4 seconds.
Do you ever run out of charge?
I have never run out of charge because I just charge at home every time.
Yes. So you never have to stop at a gas station?
Oh my god.
I never have to stop at a gas station, no, unless I gotta pee.
Yeah. And things are marked up like 3x at gas stations, so you're saving a lot of money.
Yeah. I didn't even notice any change to my electric bill.
How much do you think property values will go up next year?
I'd say another 10%.
Yep.
It's probably safe.
Do you think we have any impending disasters coming?
I think the stock market's probably going to tank at some point.
That's
but
right.
I've been saying that for 2 years plus now.
Robert Kiyosaki's saying the same thing.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Oh my god.
That wasn't even completely a launch. The battery kind of has to warm up before it really gives you all its power.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can go into here and go to driving and set it on Ludicrous Plus, and then it's like, well,
Preps the bat.
give you the max battery power, and then there's a launch mode, so you can change a lot of the things. You can raise it up and down like you're on your X. It is fun.
What do your kids like about the car?
And it's fast, and they can big touch screen, and they can make people fart.
Are you in your forever home?
I am in my forever home until my kids get out of high school.
How do you balance like having fun and like planning for the future? I feel like in the club, a lot of people are so goal and future oriented that they don't really enjoy things right now.
That is an excellent question, and Life in Air has helped me a lot with that. Creating a vision for what you want your life to be like, not only in business and personal, your relationship with your spouse and your kids. Writing those things down and getting clear on those things can really help put your priorities into focus. And it was, I was always a hustler from day one, and just always go for too long, really, and it just got too stressed out, too burnt out on it. It's just not worth it at the end of the day. When your spouse can feel the stress and your kids can feel the stress, that's when it's time to make changes, and that's what I did. So it's super important to put things into perspective and enjoy yourself now. Don't wait until you're 50 or 60 to really enjoy yourself. So So my mountain bike trails are over here, and on that side, they continue on both sides of the trails here. And then when you get down to the park, they continue on the back side of the park. So most people have no idea those trails exist, and it's super fun. There's a bunch of drops that come through on this left side. And so I'll be mountain biking actually later this afternoon.
How much distance do you get per charge?
In the wintertime, it's less because of, heating the battery and heating the car itself. But in the summertime, I can get 290 miles to a charge if I'm not going, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, which is hard not to do. You barely even notice it when you're on the highway.
Yeah, when you're on the highway and it's just super smooth, and, you can go from 60 to 90 in a second or so. It's just too much fun.
Who would your person of the year be if you could have chose for Time Magazine?
I think they chose a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Hadn't really thought about all the candidates, so I don't know. I'm not the person to really be deciding that. But
Who would be your person of the year for this year for KREIA?
So up until last summer, Chris was the president, right?
Yeah.
And he really had to shoulder a lot of that stuff with Hitzelberger, Eric Hitzelberger. I think both of them did a great job maintaining it. Yes, my youngest daughter likes to tell me every time she gets in the car, she's like, "Daddy, when you get to a road that you can go fast, go really fast." So I did.
Well, thanks again. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
No
Eric.
problem. Had a great time.